Hi there, I'm Tony Lee, and this is Hot Flasher, your daily menopause podcast that serves up fresh news, research, and wellness tips. I've built a daily news pipeline to find the latest on women's health and menopause research. Allow me to introduce my co-host Nykki, who handles the headlines. Take it away, Nykki.
Thanks, Tony. We've got some eye-opening research today. I'm talking to women all the time who say their doctors told them menopause would fix certain problems. Endometriosis was one of those. The logic seems sound: less estrogen, less endometrial tissue growth, fewer problems. Except that's not always how it plays out in real life. A new clinical review just came out calling for doctors to pay more attention to endometriosis that continues after menopause. The researchers, led by Dr. Apelian, point out something that many of us have experienced firsthand. Endometriosis doesn't always pack up and leave when your periods stop. This actually makes sense when you think about it. Endometriosis isn't just about current hormone levels. It's about years of tissue that's been growing where it shouldn't be. That tissue doesn't just disappear overnight. Some women find their symptoms improve significantly, but others continue dealing with pelvic pain, painful intercourse, and digestive issues well into their postmenopausal years. The frustrating part is how often this gets dismissed. Women go to their doctors with familiar endometriosis symptoms and get told it can't be that because they're past menopause. The research suggests we need to stop assuming menopause is a cure-all for endometriosis and start taking these ongoing symptoms seriously. If you're dealing with persistent pelvic pain or other endometriosis-like symptoms after menopause, this research backs up what you're experiencing. You're not imagining it, and it's not necessarily something else just because your periods have stopped. Now, speaking of symptoms that don't get enough attention, let's talk about what's happening in your mouth during menopause. This new cross-sectional study from Dr. Sampathy looked at oral and emotional health in pre- and post-menopausal women, and the connections they found are pretty significant. The study showed clear differences in oral health between pre-menopausal and post-menopausal women. We're talking about increased gum disease, dry mouth, changes in taste, and even tooth loss. But what I found particularly interesting was how they connected oral health to emotional well-being during this transition. Dry mouth alone can be absolutely miserable. Your saliva does a lot more than you might realize. It helps with digestion, protects your teeth from bacteria, and makes eating and speaking comfortable. When estrogen levels drop, saliva production often decreases too. Some women describe it as feeling like they have cotton in their mouth all the time. Then there are the gum changes. Research suggests declining estrogen can make gum tissue more sensitive to bacteria and inflammation. Your gums might become swollen, tender, or bleed more easily when you brush. Some women notice their gums receding or their teeth becoming more sensitive. The taste changes caught my attention too. Some women report that food tastes different or bland during menopause, and they assume it's just getting older. But the hormonal connection to taste buds is real. This can affect your appetite, your enjoyment of food, and even your social life if eating out becomes less pleasant. What struck me about this study was how they documented the emotional impact of these oral health changes. When your mouth doesn't feel right, it affects how you eat, speak, and interact with people. It's not vanity, it's quality of life. The practical takeaway is that oral health deserves more attention during menopause. Regular dental checkups become even more important, and you might need to adjust your oral care routine. Some women find that switching to toothpaste for sensitive teeth helps, or using a mouth rinse designed for dry mouth. This brings me to something that's been trending lately, the idea of a collagen cliff during menopause. The Conversation just published a piece asking whether menopause really causes this dramatic drop in collagen. And it's worth examining because collagen affects everything from your skin to your joints. The concept of a collagen cliff suggests that women experience a steep decline in collagen production around menopause, leading to more noticeable skin changes, joint stiffness, and other issues. Some of this is backed by research. We do know that estrogen helps maintain collagen production, so declining estrogen levels can affect collagen synthesis. But the cliff part might be a bit dramatic. Collagen production has been declining gradually since your 20s. What happens around menopause is that this gradual decline becomes more noticeable, particularly in your skin. Without as much estrogen to support collagen production, you might notice your skin becoming less elastic, developing more fine lines, or healing more slowly from minor cuts and scrapes. The joint connection is real too. Collagen is a major component of cartilage, so changes in collagen can contribute to joint stiffness and discomfort that many women experience during menopause. This isn't the same as arthritis, though the symptoms can feel similar. What I appreciate about the conversation piece is that it takes a measured approach to the collagen cliff concept. Yes, hormonal changes affect collagen production. No, it's probably not as dramatic as the term cliff suggests. And while there are things you can do to support your skin and joint health, there's no magic bullet that's going to stop the aging process. The practical reality is that some changes in your skin, joints, and connective tissue are normal or parts of aging and menopause. Understanding the collagen connection can help you make informed decisions about skincare, exercise, and other lifestyle factors. But it's worth being skeptical of products or treatments that promise to completely reverse these changes. What ties all of these topics together is something I keep coming back to. Menopause affects your entire body in ways that go far beyond hot flashes and irregular periods. Your mouth, your skin, your joints, your existing conditions like endometriosis, everything is connected to these hormonal changes. The more we understand these connections, the better equipped we are to address them. But it also means we need healthcare providers who understand that menopause is a whole body transition, not just a reproductive one. How many of these less obvious symptoms have you been dealing with, thinking they were separate issues rather than pieces of the same hormonal puzzle?
Thanks for listening to Hot Flasher. We're back tomorrow with more, so don't forget to subscribe. See you tomorrow.